Welcome back to the Supreme Black Podcast. This is your boy D Rose tapping in with you all today. Happy Wednesday, first and foremost. If you are new, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. For my consistent supporters, salute to you all. Make sure that you hit the like button as well. Share with other like minds. But just to get straight into the topic, as you can see, what the Supreme Court has voted to overturn the abortion rights. So pretty much meaning the situation that's been going on for the last few months, years, they are willing to take away the right of women being able to make the decision on if they want to have an abortion or not, right? I really hate labels, and it's pro-choice and pro-body, all of those things. I don't really get into it. I like to keep things very, very straight, matter of fact, straight to the point. Here's what's important to me is that, if it is something that is consensual, I think that there should be a decision that's made, right? Meaning if of course there has to be a woman and a man involved, but I've also seen instances to where a woman can just go and have an abortion and the guy is actually wanting to have a kid. So I'm presenting that because I've seen that happen more than once. I want to know for the men and women that listen to the podcast, listen to the show, what are your thoughts in regards to it not being agreement in regards to keeping the kid? Because I know a few single fathers that wanted the kid, and I know a few mothers that did not want the kid. And then you also on the opposite end, you see that there are times where a woman wants to keep the child and the man doesn't want to have any dealings with the kid. He does not want to be a father, and it's crazy and it's sad because once you lay down with somebody, you've already accepted the responsibilities that there could be procreation, there could be a child that is created from that. And I think as adults, you should be there to handle your business. But at the same time, I can't speak on everybody's mental or financial situation that makes them ready for that. But those are the two questions that I do pose is like, do you think that there should be an agreement to help with curving this? But then also, I know a few instances where these people are very personal to me, where there were kids created out of forced sex. And when you have those type of things, you have kids that are growing up in an environment to where they may hear those stories, and that's a lot of shit to deal with. If that was a woman, she was a violator. If that was a man, she was a violator. There's not any way to win in that situation. So in that case, I think that a woman should be able to abort the child if that was not something consensual that she went through. I don't understand of how you could force anybody that was either maybe molested or raped to keep a child that they weren't not wanting to have. You feel what I'm saying? So to make that decision for somebody, it doesn't sit right with me. And then I know how the other people are. And, well, God doesn't make mistakes. You can't tell somebody that has been molested. Like, I get where you're coming from. You may not agree with it, but at the end of the day, that is the woman's body, right? Those are just 2 or 3 instances to where I just think about that. But it's starting to get a little heated with it because it looks as if they continue to run the House and have the votes and nobody goes out and vote. This is the direction that it's going to, right? And then, if you follow how trends are and percentages of black people, white people, Hispanic people, Asian people, etc., we know that the white people are on the verge of being extinct due to them not being able to procreate better than melanated people. So a lot of people feel that the reason why this is happening in the courts and they're pushing for it is because it's the fear of them being the minority or the lesser race, because nature itself is turning back the times in regards to the melanated people will be the ones that are heavily populating this country, the world. And in order for them to continue to have their power, they want to give the ability or take away the ability to have an abortion, because what you do know, like I went to school with it. Honestly, in the hood, we're going to see a 14 to 15 to 16-year-old girl pregnant. You really don't see that happen in the white community, because they either gonna be on a TV show, or I'm gonna be real with you, LaJulia and them going down there and getting that thing snipped, and nobody will ever know about it. Not saying I agree, but that's just the truth. It's like, now that they realize that has always been a trend, not saying that they don't want kids, but if they continue at that rate, still doing that, they will be the actual minority, because their procreation rate is low anyway. And of course, melanated people, we make the world go round. That's all obvious, right? So this is a very sensitive topic, but I think it's a very important topic, because I have some very strong-minded women that listen and tap in behind the scenes, or even reach out and just, let us know of how the podcast is going and what their thoughts are. So I want to know of what's your thoughts. So definitely leave that in the comments. But also, when you think about it, be open-minded, because I have presented throughout this segment some very good questions that would need to be answered, because this is what's important, is that I don't think men mind being on the side of either pro-choice or what have you, but there are some certain things that would just need to be discussed, so we can understand if we're all moving in the right direction, or do we all have at least an agreement on one particular thing, and which is, just protecting the mind, body, and soul at all costs. But then also, you think about those, 2 or 3 different instances to where it could be where it's straddling the fence, or it's just favored to one side heavily. How do we resolve those issues? Because I'm not the person that likes to present the problem. I like to present the solution in regards to what can we do moving forward. Especially our sisters out here, like, what is it that we could help with, that we could stand with you all, but also understand that how can we really be unified and understand that there's going to always be some differences, but do we all have the same goal in mind? That's what I want to know with that. So for all my new people, make sure you hit that subscribe button and share with other like minds. Hit the like button as well. Go out and just have a great day, man. Stay in tune. Potentially going to be doing a special segment later on today. So for the people that made it towards the end of this video, keep your eyes and ears open. I may be dropping some alive, and we'll be opening up the StreamYard so people can come in and talk. We'll have a little message that we're talking about, but just to touch bases with a few of you all. If you want to get on the camera or come up on the panel and talk your shit, whatever you got to get off your mind, we'll be able to do that. But I look forward to it. Again, this is your boy D Rose. Long live CC. I'm out.